What's up, people? We back with another episode of Beyond the Clientele. I'm your host, J1, J100, or Mr. So 100, because you know I do it the So 100 way. And today we got my special guest in the building. We got the lovely Shakirian, MsMinkMyWink. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Shakirian?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. First of all, let me say thank you for blessing me with your presence.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you coming on my platform. First thing I like to do, Shakirian, I would like to get the business out the way.
Okay.
What I want you to do is share with the people what it is you do and what you bring to the look good and feel good industry. And also share how they can book with you or contact you or whatever, whatever avenues of business that you would like to share with them.
Okay. Well, the name of my business is called MsMinkMyWink Memphis. I'm a licensed esthetician. I specialize in lash extensions. I've been doing them since 2016, I believe.
Okay.
I also do body waxing for men also, as well as women. Facials, basic facials. I don't go too deep into the different types of facials. I also do needleless lip enhancements. So like lip fillers, that's something that's becoming bigger for our community.
I've been seeing that.
So yeah.
Okay, so how would someone book with you or, get in contact with you?
So you can follow me on Instagram. It's MsMinkMyWink Memphis, the Lash and Lip House. And I have my booking website in my bio. So you can just click that link. My phone number is also in my bio. So if you have any questions or concerns or whatever, you can also reach out to me at any time, text, call, whatever.
Okay. So that's mostly how you do. Just go directly through Instagram.
The website,
everything
which
takes
is
you there.
MsMinkMyWinkMemphis.com. Or you can just click the link in my bio from Instagram. Or like I said, if you don't know how to work a website, you can also shoot me a text or call.
Okay. Sounds good. That's what's up. Okay, so we got the business out the way. I like to do that for sure because I want people to be able to, get in contact with you after the show or whatnot. But this is called Beyond the Clientele, right?
Okay.
So we like to get to know you a little bit more beyond the business, and I'm sure it all kind of ties together. Mm-hmm. What I want to do with you first, I want to do what I like to call impact by decade.
Okay.
Right, and I'm gonna explain it to you. How it works is you basically share an impactful moment. You know what I'm saying, in your life that molded you to the person you are today, you know what I'm saying? But I want you to do it by decades. So starting with little Shakirian, the little girl, you know what I'm saying? You start there, 1 to 10, that first decade, share impactful moment. It can be, it doesn't have to be major. It can be minor, but it's still something that sticks with you and molded you into the woman you are today. So we start in there, and then go next decade, share something. And of course, that second decade usually be the most because, you go through, 10 to 20, you always go from, a child to high school, But we're going to start with that little girl Shakirian and just share an impactful moment in your life, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So as a little girl, I always noticed or how my mom, she worked a lot. And she had multiple jobs. And so I just always told myself, I saw that once I got older, I don't want to skip ahead. But anyways, I didn't want to be that person who always worked a lot and never really had time for my kids. So me being a young girl, I always felt like, whatever it is that I do when I'm an adult, I want to make sure that I'm available for my kids, for my family. So just watching my mom work a lot taught me that that's not something that I wanted to do.
That's not what you want to do. Okay, you want to manage your time a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me this: were you an only child, or did you have siblings?
No, I have. So my mom has 5 kids.
Okay,
and I'm the middle.
Okay.
So 4 girls, 1 boy.
Okay. All right. So, and you're the middle child. you were able to notice that at that young age. And did you notice that did it only just affect you, or did you notice it affected all of your siblings?
I think it affected all of us.
Yeah.
It affected me in a way because I was a young mother as well.
Okay.
So it was like I had to grow up.
You had to come on with it a little earlier.
So it was like, being an adult at a young age.
Yeah, but you still remember that because you're still a child technically too.
Yeah.
So you kind of remembering exactly how you felt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can relate because I was a young father. I had my first child at 15.
Yeah.
16, actually.
Yes, it was 16 for me.
She was on the way at 15, but she was born and I was 16. So
same for me.
Okay, so I can relate. I can relate to that. And I understand it's like in your mind, you become, you want to be an adult because now you have a child. But you still have so much more life to live and experience to really understand what an adult is.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know that because I remember as a child saying that, and this is very stupid. But it's just how I was
you're a
thinking.
Child. You're a kid.
I was like, I want to have a child young so that me and my child can grow up together.
Really?
That was my way of thinking. I didn't think it was going to happen like that, but it did.
It did.
And it was when they say that the tongue is powerful, you better be careful what you speak because it will
come and get you.
But and I think the reason why I got caught up in that, getting pregnant at a young age was because my mom wasn't at home.
Okay, so you had more freedom, maybe. Yeah.
So
totally understand. And there's no nothing on the single black mom. It happens like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
We were like free. So she tried her best.
Yeah, of course, but she got to go to work. Yeah, so it's like you can put your foot down, but when you leave, everything, you know what I'm saying, it goes back. So I totally understand.
The way out that house, she had double debo locks on the door, so we couldn't eat it out without a key. We was getting out the windows. She put double storm windows on the house. We was climbing out the kitchen window. The one window they didn't have the double window on it. So we were, you're a child, you're born, you get into things. So, so that was something that I was like, okay, I don't want to be so busy to where I am not there for my kids.
Totally understood. So. Yeah. And that's like that's one of those things that it's a good trait to understand. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can take from it, but then it just happened a little too early for you. But
I wasn't really ready.
But at the same time, it's good that you understood that as a child because it definitely gonna help you as a mom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I can dig that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's just a common thing when it's a single mom and the kids, you know what I'm saying? They got to raise themselves somewhat.
Yeah.
So it happens. Okay, so we're gonna merge on. That's something good to hold on to though as a child. So we're gonna move on to the 10 to 20.
Okay.
So you already revealed that you had your baby in that window, but where did it just share an impactful moment during that time, including that. And I know that's probably the most impactful because you had a child.
Having a child at a young age definitely can change your course of life.
Yes.
So after I had my child, of course, I was forced to be an adult.
Yeah.
And then I had to get to work.
Yeah.
And I was just still trying to find myself.
Okay.
I moved to Memphis about 11 years ago.
Hold on. Where we run? You're not originally from?
No.
I don't know why I didn't clear that up.
Yeah.
So real quick, you're from?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
Small city in Louisiana.
Okay, and you came to Memphis still in high school or no?
I was done with school.
You were done with school. Okay.
I came to Memphis. I had 2 kids when I moved to Memphis.
Okay.
My sister and her husband, they are military and they were stationed here.
Oh.
And so I moved out here. But before I moved out here, I actually moved to Savannah, Georgia for about a year.
Okay.
And at that time, I only had 1 child.
Okay.
And I was just trying to, like I said, find myself, get my life, just get out of that small city. Sometimes you got to get away from what you're used to.
You got to shake loose.
So I was trying to just, get away. I was in a very abusive relationship at the time, and I just needed to like get free. I had to go far away to get out of that situation.
Okay.
And so at the time, my sister, she was stationed, her and her husband was stationed in Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna come out there with y'all. And I went out there for like a year. Then they ended up having to go to Iraq or something like that.
Okay.
And I got into another relationship while I was in Savannah, Georgia, and that relationship ended up turning into an abusive relationship.
Wow.
And it was crazy because the day that my sister and her husband left, my mom came to pick up her car, and that was the first day the guy put his hands on me. And something told me, oh, you need to pack up your stuff and go. Like, oh, no, it's just this one time.
Just this time. Yeah.
Turned into a very abusive relationship. And I just told myself, I'm not sticking around 4 and 5 years like I did with the last
I heard
one.
That.
I'm getting out of here. So I stayed in Savannah, Georgia for a year, and then I moved back home.
Back to Louisiana.
Back to Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I got into it wasn't an abusive relationship, it was just a toxic situation.
Yeah.
I ended up having my son.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm down here. I'm still not doing what it is.
So you felt like you set yourself back a little bit.
I'm not doing what I want to do. So my plan was to move to Houston, Texas, but then I found out I was pregnant with my son. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stay here in Shreveport. So I ended up staying like a year or two maybe or whatever. And then by that time, my sister, she had moved to Memphis. She was
the same sister. Okay.
She was stationed in Memphis. And I had a car accident that probably could have taken my life. I was leaving the club, drunk driving, blacked out, and ran into a median.
Wow.
And I was on my way to confront my child's father,
which would have been bad anyway.
Yeah, and it was like just a very bad situation.
Yes.
And when I, got myself together after that accident, I was like, I just cannot do this. I'm in this love triangle with this man and another woman, and which we're all cool now. Everything's cool with us. But I was just like, I just got to get away. I can't stay here and do this.
And what age were you at that time?
I was 21.
Okay, so you still on track. You still
I was 21 when I had my son, my second child. And I was just like, you know what? This is not it. I gotta get it.
So you kept getting those. You kept getting the signs, and when you knew it was time to act on it, you made your move.
Yep. So then I moved to Memphis. I ended up leaving my daughter to go to school. My mom was, helping me take care of her while I came out here to,
get it together. Get
everything situated.
And you still had baby boy with you?
I still had. He stayed back for a little while until I was able to find a daycare for him.
Okay.
So so then once I got that situated, once my daughter finished that school year out, then I brought her here. And my sister, they ended up being sent to Mississippi, Gulfport, Mississippi, and I ended up staying. But by that time, I was on my feet. I had my own place.
You had everything going. Yeah.
I ended up getting married within that, that first couple of years that I was here as well.
Okay.
And so.
So just up to that point, how old are you at that point when everything kind of came all together? So just say when you got married, how old were you then?
This will be my 8th year. I'm 35. I got married at 27.
35. Okay, I didn't think you were 35.
Yep.
Okay, you look young.
Great hair.
Yeah. You look real young. You look
Thank
good.
You.
I don't mean look good for your age. You're beautiful just as a woman.
Thank
but
you.
I'm saying I didn't know that you was 35.
Yep, I just turned 35 in March.
Okay, March what?
27th.
Ain't that an Aries?
I am an Aries.
That's what's up. I'm on the 23rd.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Mine March 23rd. That's what's up. Yeah. Okay. So, all right now, just a recap. From your first situation as a teenage mom, You just in that young relationship, it didn't work out. You decided I'm about to relocate and reset. Moved to Savannah with your baby girl, with your sister at the time.
Yeah, well, my daughter, she stayed.
Oh, she didn't come with you.
No,
Okay,
she stayed
okay.
till I got myself.
Okay, so mama stepping in, mama coming
Yeah,
through.
my mama definitely.
Yeah, mama coming through. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, so mama come through like, all right. I know you need to go get it together. Go ahead. So baby girl is comfortable. She's settled in. You go try to do it there. Meet your next boyfriend or whatever. He failed. He epic failed with him.
Yeah.
And you say, all right, let me go on back. So you go back and meet your son's father, right? In the same hometown. Get in that situation. You realize, after going through it a little bit, you realize it's not working. Bring it to Memphis.
And I come to Memphis.
You get to Memphis. The dust settled. You realize you like it here. You're going to stick around. You meet your husband, engaged, married. Bam.
Yep.
So now everything is moving along. And y'all been married 8 years.
Yep. It'll be 8 years in August.
Okay. So we're at, I want to catch a little bit of that in between. Okay, just a little bit of that. I like to know, because you went through those transitions in those times, so I'm sure at this point you understand, like, no more playing games. I ain't accepting no more toxic, no more abuse, none of that bullshit that was going on before. And you meet the man that met those requirements and got married. And I just want to know, how did that change your you as a person and just your perspective?
So when I met him, I was working and I was going to school. I was in a dental assistant program. So at this point in my life, I was just trying to find a 9 to 5 that would provide good benefits, good hours, so that I can
be with your kids, because you know that,
because it's very important. And make a little money to take care of them and myself or whatever. So when I met him, I was working and going to school, and I was almost finished with the program, so I was on like my externship.
Okay.
And I came to him and I was like, I want to quit my job and just finish school. Can you pay the bills? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. And
at this time, y'all pretty much dating, or are y'all engaged?
We were never engaged. We just said,
let's go do it. Okay, so y'all just together at this time.
So we just together.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to quit my job. These last few months so I could just work on this externship. Can you take care of? And he,
I got it.
He was stand-up guy.
He said, I got this.
He was like, okay, so then I started working in the field or whatever after I graduated. And, life is good or whatever. But I was like, I need more, okay?
Right.
So now I'm at the point to where it's like, okay, we got a 2-parent household. We got the kids, we got the family. We didn't got married. We got married within 6 months of being together.
All right.
And so I was just like, I need something else. I need a little side hustle.
Okay.
So then I always took a liking to lash extensions. So I was like, I want to find a class, take it or whatever. And I didn't have my license at the time, so I was just working from home.
Okay.
Just trying to make sure it was something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So then, I let him know that I found a class or whatever. He paid for the class, and he was kind of like, don't be wasting my money.
Don't waste my money.
I was like, I'm going to do it. This is what I want to do. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, once I took the class and I ordered all of my supplies and everything, it did take me a few weeks before I was like, okay, get up, set this table up, and start promoting or whatever. So it went from there, and then I was like, okay, now I'm ready to go to school.
Okay.
So I went to school. The program was like 4 months, 4 or 5 months, and got my license. And then I'm like, okay. So I moved from working from home, got into a suite of my own, and and it's just been
It's been rolling
it's
from
been
there.
rolling from there.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man.
Yep.
Shout out to your husband too, man.
Yeah.
That's how you step up. I like that. That's really a good team situation that went on right there.
So he's definitely my backbone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and what's so crazy about it is I don't want to talk about other people, but he has 3 baby mothers,
right?
Myself, and then he has 2 other ones or whatever, and we're all estheticians, so it's like crazy how I it's just crazy how that happened, but yeah, so yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, hey, it's a profitable field for sure.
It is. Yeah. It's a lot that you can do with that,
definitely,
with that license.
Definitely,
so.
It is. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Well, I salute that. That's a great way for it to turn out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After you after what you have been through, those few other relationships,
definitely.
That's a good thing that you was able to meet someone that was able to step up to the plate and make it happen.
And be a father to my kids. Look at them as his own.
Definitely.
So definitely.
And something to take home with that, like they got the term stepfather, right? Mm-hmm. It was a pastor when I was a kid. I was like, I probably was about 13, 14. And I grew up with a stepfather. And at that time, I really wanted my real father in my life, so I was a little rebellious. But he doing everything he's supposed to do, but I just...
You didn't want it from him.
He ain't my daddy, you know what I'm saying, in my mind, right? So my parents, we had church or whatever, and it was this bishop. He was visiting from Texas. I remember it. I just don't remember his name. But he called all the teenagers up there for prayer. Mm-hmm. And he was like, when he got to me, he was like, he saw who I left. I was sitting with my parents, so I come to the front. Are those your parents right there? And I'm like, yeah, that's my mom and my stepfather, right? I want to make sure.
Like
I can easily just say, you know what I'm saying? Now, he may have actually probably said, that's your mom and dad. That's what he said. That's your mom and dad right there. And I was like, that's my mom and my stepfather. Mm-hmm. But this is the rebellious child that I'm just trying to make that clear.
Yeah.
All the time. He done did way more for me than my father ever even thought of at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, what he said to me that stuck with me forever, he said, hey, let me tell you something. Your stepfather is the one who stepped out on you. Mm-hmm. And I said, ooh, that hit me hard too, because I'm like, damn, in my mind I'm thinking, he right. Mm-hmm. The one that stepped in, he the real stepfather. Mm-hmm. The other one that stepped away, he can step on, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I just like to share that with people when they have stepfather situations. Mm-hmm. It's way bigger than just, you know what I'm saying, just being with that woman or whatever, whenever you step in. So when you step in and really become there, there for them, that makes a big difference. Yeah. So big salute to him for that too. For sure. Okay, we're going to move right along, man. I like that. You done shared that you're 35, so right now we living in your decade. You're in the middle of it. You're glowing. Look like you're having a good time.
I am.
You're working. Your money is moving in. Sound like your husband doing this thing with the truck, and you told me you do that. So that's a good thing. I want to get into a little bit more. Let's see. I'm gonna go to my little. I got a good one because and this I think this is a good one for you because you was a young mother. Mm-hmm. Tell me something that you believed as a child that you realized when you became an adult was some bullshit.
That life was easy.
Ooh.
That all I had to be was grown. Bills are real. Responsibilities are real.
I can't wait till I get grown. You taking everything out of it. It ain't gonna be like you think it is.
It's a lot more to life than you think. Than dressing up, getting cute, and So yeah.
Okay, I like that one. And a lot of the young women need to hear that from a more mature woman because they really get it mixed up. They get it misconstrued for sure. You know what I'm saying? They think that it, like you said, it's about just being cute.
Mm-hmm.
You realize being cute and broke don't go.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Being cute and homeless don't work. That don't go. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Being cute and carless. Being cute, you know what I'm saying? Just all that, it don't work out in the end for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Tell me something you like that you like most about yourself and your personality, who you are.
So right now, so at this point in my life, I'm somewhat established with like my career and everything. I'm at that point to where I'm like, okay, I want more again.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get my life balanced so that I can go back to school.
Okay.
Again, to reach another level.
Yes.
With the aesthetics career. So I want to do medical aesthetics. So my husband, he went away for a while. He had to go
to vacation.
time.
Yeah, he had a vacation. yeah.
When
you know, his vacation.
Came home, he helped me to open up a storefront, like boutique, or whatever. And I had it for 3 years. And once my lease was up this past year, I decided I wanted to step back from it so that I can go back to school.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, now I need to focus. I don't want to work as much to try and maintain that overhead.
Yes,
so I
yes,
stepped
I
down. I let the boutique go.
Yeah.
So that I can like focus more on trying to, have time to go back to school.
Go back to school.
So my next goal would be to obtain an RN license so that I can do medical aesthetics, do something like that. Right now, I'm also on the side, I do like acting.
Okay.
Stage plays, Tubi, stuff like that. So at this point in my life, I'm just trying to enjoy a little bit more because I blinked and I was 35.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like at that point right now, like, okay, I got a goal that I'm trying to reach. I'm not trying to work as hard as I've been working these past few years. I have a daughter in college. I want to be available for her and my sons and stuff like that. So I feel like with doing all of that, I need to do something for me as well.
Yeah.
So that's where the whole acting and stuff comes into play. But also, like I said, I stepped back from the whole salon boutique, whatever, so that I can have time to do all these other things. So I'm not having to work as much.
So you would say you like that you're goal oriented because you'll set a goal and go get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like that. So what do you like least about yourself?
That sometimes I take on too much. And then when I do it, when it comes time to I'm like, oh my God, I took a I done
bit out more like
yeah,
it too. Yeah.
So it's like, but sometimes I work better under pressure when I have a lot to do. But that's one of the things that I do hate about myself. Sometimes I take on a little bit
that's
too
the Aries
much.
energy.
Yes,
I can. I'm telling you, I can feel you. I'm telling you, I'm that same way. And I consider myself visionary. If I feel like if I can see it, I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I got a clothing line, barbershop, podcast,
doing it all.
Dogs.
Serial
entrepreneur
every which way.
Man, I'm talking about every which way I can. I do that. I got a recreational rental service. I'm renting party favors out. It's just anything that come to my mind and it seems like it makes sense, I'm willing to try. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel you when you say that. Like I will take on that load, but if I say it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So that pressure, that's what working under pressure gets you. Like,
because I'm not gonna let myself down.
Exactly. So and then if I set it up and I said, oh, this is what it's gonna be, that pressure is on now. And that way, it's almost like I can't renege on it. You know what I'm saying? I have to go with it.
You gotta go do it.
Yeah. So that's the Aries energy for real. Yep. Let me see. Mm, 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 mm. Have you ever had a vice in your life, like something that had a hold on you that you felt like you couldn't shake?
Past relationships.
Oh, that nigga had a vice on you a little bit,
Past
yeah.
relationships.
Yeah. So tell me this: when did you? Or I won't say when.
Mm-hmm.
How did you release that? I guess you would say baggage, just for lack of better words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had those bad and you had, abusive to toxic,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were able to come into your relationship and your marriage now and able to maintain and been married for 8 years. How were you able to dump that load from your past and walk into that without bringing that into it?
I would say moving was probably the best thing for me, but also just remembering who I am.
Yeah.
You get so caught up in what you think is love anyways.
I get
and
it.
you kind of forget yourself.
Okay.
So just remembering who you are, and still to this day, even though I am happily married, I still have to remember who I am.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get so caught up in a relationship, no matter what relationship
I
it
can
is,
dig it, yeah.
that I lose myself. And
Okay.
then, so just remembering who I am.
Yeah. Knowing your own worth. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that. Man, you a real Aries. People be telling me like, I don't know how to compare it because I be like, I'm me.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever somebody talk to me about these zodiac signs and stuff like that, I never really see it unless I meet somebody and I see those type of traits, and I'll be like, okay, that's it.
I can relate to
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whenever they trying to say, oh, you're Aries, you this, you strong minded, you don't can't nobody tell you nothing, I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm just me, you know what I'm saying? But I can really relate when I'm talking to a real Aries, and I'll be like, that's exactly the type of shit I'm thinking. Like, like you said, no matter what, no matter the relationship, you still got to remember.
I've got to remember who I am.
Yeah.
Got to put me first.
Yeah, that's dope. I remember they had a little viral little clip today people using on videos. I forgot who the lady was, but it said, I think she said, like, remember that you're the prize. I've seen a lot of women using that. Yeah, I used it on my wife.
I think it was,
one of my,
was it Rihanna? Or, no,
you know what I'm talking about, though.
I'm trying to figure out who it was. But
she's like, remember that you're the prize, and all that in the video. And I use it and posted my wife using it. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of women was using it, but it's very few that really mean it. You know what I'm saying? They just want to say it look good for social media, but it means something when you really can feel that. You know what I'm saying? And I try to make sure I make like the young men, my clients. I want, men to think the same way too, because sometimes, we get sidetracked too. So I try to instill that in the young men, teenagers that come to my shop and sit in my chair, and I try to make sure I instill like confidence and masculinity in them to make sure, put some value on yourself.
Exactly.
Don't always think, oh, this how many girls, man, have some value, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be that dude either, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to be somebody, you don't have to have this or that.
Yeah, like, that a list of girls that don't make you valuable, man. So I make sure I try to instill that, and don't be that thirsty nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that, because it may be cool for the moment, but it looks bad on your resume. Because the women, they look back at you too. Oh, he's thirsty.
You mess with her? Yo, I can't be your
You just community property, man. I teach them that, like, don't be on that, man. Put some value on yourself for sure.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Okay. Now, you told me that you were the middle child of 5.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
My mom has 5 kids.
Yeah, and where did your brother fall? Where is he?
He's the oldest.
He's the oldest. Okay. So him being the oldest, how did so he automatically falls under the protector, I would say.
Well, we didn't grow up together. So he lived with his dad. My older sister lived with her dad.
Okay. So in the house with you, it was what, 3 of y'all?
For the first, I would say probably from like first grade or second grade to like middle school, we
Everybody.
lived with my grandma.
Okay.
Me and my two younger siblings.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was because my mom was working a lot or what it was. I was just too young to remember. But we lived with my grandma. Yeah. My mom would always say my grandma wanted us, and we were there with my grandma. So I don't know, but we lived with my grandma. My grandma's house was the house that all the grandkids came, but we actually lived there. And when my grandma got sick and passed, then we moved my mom.
Okay, so now mom got to get you. Okay.
So middle school. But my brother, he still lived
with his dad,
father, and on that side. So he wasn't really in the house with us.
Oh, okay. So it was. So you be in the middle. Who was the oldest in the house? Were you the oldest?
I would.
So you were the oldest in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's different. That kind of changed my question up because I was looking for that protector, and usually how the middle child, and I'm the father of 6, so I know a little bit about that too. But the middle child usually becomes a loner sometimes.
Yeah, and I am still like that. Like I don't have any family here.
Yeah. You okay?
The family that I created.
Yeah.
So I am still.
You still end up being like the loner. Okay. So the dynamic still felt the same way, even though y'all were in different households. But I was gonna ask that because it seems like when you have that older, especially if it's the brother, he becomes a protector, but he mainly protects the one right there with him. The other one kind of just remains neutral. Then you got the little ones, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was gonna ask you about. But okay, moving right along. Let me see. How old are your children?
So together we have 5.
The
oldest she'll be 20 this year. Then my daughter, she'll be 19.
Okay.
And then my son, he's about to be 13.
Okay.
We have another daughter. She's 10.
Okay.
And our baby is about to be 6.
Okay, and that's you and his baby together.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that's plenty of space in between.
It is. His 2 kids were 10 years apart, and then mine were like 6 and 7 years apart.
Yeah.
So it's gaps,
Yeah.
But we kind of like filling the gaps for each other. Like
his
was spaced out, mine was spaced out, but then
so yours kind of fill in those
like
little spaces.
Okay. The gaps.
Okay, so how's the kids? How did they blend? Did they come together real well?
Everyone gets along good. You have that typical brother sister type
Yeah.
relationship.
You
love,
gotta have
hate,
that.
Get on my nerves type of. Once they get to a certain age, or whatnot. But pretty good.
Everybody received it well. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And your daughter, you said she's in college?
Yes, she goes to the University of Memphis.
Okay.
Yep. So.
And she what high school did she graduate from?
Central.
They
both graduated from Central.
Okay.
Both the girls.
So his daughter is you said she's 17?
She's about to be 20.
She is older than your daughter. Okay.
They're a year apart.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
So, yeah.
And they pretty cool. That's good. Yeah, shout out to U of M. My baby girl graduated from U of M.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, she graduated from there. And how is that for you as a mom? That's like to go from being that teenage mom to the mother of a college student.
It's something that I have to I'm proud of. I'm so proud of.
Yeah.
But she called me a couple of weeks ago, and she was just panicking, I'm so stressed out, it's a lot, I don't feel like I have a life, and this and that. And I had to let her know, look, I'm doing it backwards. You doing it a better way than focus on school right now, and you gonna have your fun in the end. By the time you get in your 20s, you gonna be good.
Your
and
life
have
is coming.
To scramble to put the pieces of your life together I had to do. I'm I had you young, so I had to raise you first. I couldn't go straight to college after high school because I had to make sure you were taken care of. I had to get my life together so that
Yeah, I stress that to my daughters about and I'm a widow father also, so I raised 4 of my daughters myself. So I came to Memphis at 20. I was 23, turned 24, and I had custody of 4 of my daughters.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have one grandbaby. All my daughters are grown. They all are 30, 28, 26, 26, and 24. My baby.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 47.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, I'm 47. My oldest is like I said, she's 30. She'll be 31 this year. And but I have one granddaughter. And that's my baby girl actually is the one who had a baby after she graduated from U of M. But I always used to stress to them, as long as it's just you got a time to get it together. You got time to reset. You can make all the mistakes. But when my daughter had her baby, it's like you can't reset. You gotta stay focused. You got to tend to that. Yeah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of my ways of just making sure they stay focused. Just like, listen, it's all right. You mess up now, it's all right. You can't mess up when you had a baby, though. It's like it's too many other lives at stake. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be on top of it. And I was the type of parent. I always say I was proactive, but I just was so in tune with my childhood from having them so young. I was more proactive when it came to like birth control. Like I put my daughters on birth control at like 16, 17, just so they can experience that safety net to know like we don't got to make the mistake. Let's just be proactive. So if it comes about, you already good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was that type of parent because I just was always real with them and just more so about this is real life. Let's not be fake and think I can control and you better not do it. And come on, man. I always say sex is one of the most natural things that you'll do in life. You know what I'm saying? Sexuality is your only guarantee. You know, they might go to college, they might do, but sexuality is a guarantee. That's like breathing and living and dying. You can't shake that. So when I always knew that as a parent, it made no sense to try and control it.
Right.
So I just wanted to make them aware. So when they were able to go off to college and know that that was something they didn't have to worry about, it made, it eased my mind. And of course, with my baby girl, it was crazy because she had complications with her birth control, which caused a cycle, messes with her cycle. So she had to get out, take hers out.
Yeah.
They had the implant.
Yeah.
And hence I have a grandbaby now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know about the implant because I had issues with it.
So that was, and it's a blessing. It's life. She just turned 2 years old. She's a little Aries too. Her birthday is April the 12th. And
Twin flames.
Yeah. So she a little Aries, but it was just like she still had that chance to experience, to know that you can control that narrative. You don't have to fall into that statistic and be that young mother just because you did something irresponsible or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So my other daughters though, they thrive and they love, they can live their best life. They like, man, ain't no way.
Yeah.
And I think that if I wouldn't have done that, everybody run into that mistake. That love, you in love and oops.
Yeah.
I tell them every time, man, you'll appreciate life so much more when you can make the decision to have a child.
Right, that is true.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I said, don't look at my situation as a success story.
Yeah.
I just happened to turn out successful in it. But I would never tell nobody to go do it the way I did.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I make sure I stress that, and just even for your daughter, just let her know, like, hey, man, life ain't gonna stop lifing. So, man, get you something under your belt while you can, so you can appreciate it later on. You be like, I got that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's real. She's a junior. A sophomore.
She's a freshman.
Freshman. Okay. Yep. She just getting in. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I wish her the best in that. What's she taking up?
So the last time I checked,
they'll switch her on in a minute.
she wants to be a physical therapist.
Okay.
So she's going down that
path.
Yeah,
Okay.
So.
I wish her the best of luck in that, for sure. For sure. Okay, we finna get real simple before we get up out of here. Real simple. What makes Shakirian happy? Basic.
Doing what I like to do.
Okay.
Enjoying life. Like I said, right now I'm at the point in my life to where I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be just all about work.
And kids and
So me taking on the hobby of acting, it brings me joy, peace, happiness. Like it's just something that I enjoy doing.
Okay.
So
have you been in any movies yet?
Yeah.
Or you're in some that's out yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually just did a stage play this past weekend. We had 4 shows down at the Evergreen. My first stage play was with Brandon McMillan. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I know Brandon. B with the I know B. Yeah,
it was called The Mistress Saved My Marriage. Yeah. We did that 3 times, twice in Memphis and once in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
So that was like my first time on stage.
Okay.
And when I just got bit by the bug,
you loved it.
Exactly. So, like, when I first moved to Memphis, I was kind of looking for little gigs like that or whatever. And I was introduced to him. But then I was working. I had 3 jobs.
Oh.
I was working at the casino. I was working for Nike. And I was working for Curtis Givens.
Oh, yeah.
In the clubs.
Yeah.
So, I was, like, busy. So, I couldn't, like, dedicate the time to practice rehearsals and stuff. So I had to fall back. So like I said last year, when I decided, okay, I'm finna cut back on work. I'm finna leave this shop and get back in my suite, so I don't have to worry about being at work all this time.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Life is finna settle. The dust finna settle. I want to start doing something on the side that, like,
Yeah.
So I reached out to him, and around that time, he was having auditions for the play. He was just getting back into it as well. And I've been doing it ever since. I've been in probably about 6 movies, I would say.
Okay.
I have 3 out. The one that I'm starring in is called Never Satisfied. It's on Tubi.
Never Satisfied
It's on Tubi. And then there's I did a short film. It hasn't been released yet. You could just put my name in on Tubi and then you'll be able to.
It'll pop up. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
And that's
Shakirian Ward.
Okay.
So, and like I said, the stage play. I love the stage. I love live performances. It's, being able to feel the energy in the room and put on a good show. So
you kind of improv a little bit.
Yeah, when we have to, we do.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
But yeah, that's kind of what brings me peace and stuff. Having something to myself.
I like that. That's good. That's dope. Okay. Tell me this. I want you to complete a sentence for me. It hurts me to see.
It hurts me to see other people hurt.
So you're one of them type of people. You don't like to see other people hurt.
No.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. Another simple one. I want to ask you what a few words mean to you. We're going to start with the word loyalty.
Loyalty.
What does the word loyalty mean to you, and how do you apply it to your life?
Being loyal is being who you are in front of me and who you are, and being that same person behind my back.
Okay.
So,
just don't switch it up.
Yeah,
just be you.
Be the same person that you are in front of me behind my back.
Yeah. I can dig it.
So, to me, that's loyalty.
Yeah, okay.
Like, if I know that you are this type of person,
be that
type of person.
That's okay.
Be loyal to yourself.
To who you are,
yeah. So.
It's crazy because that's how I came up with So 100. It's about being true to who you are. Whether somebody like it or not.
Right.
You don't have to be politically correct. Just be you. And I can trust that. Yeah, I like that. That's dope. All right, we're going to get into respect. I like to explain the fact that, you know, a lot of people will put loyalty and respect together. I separate them because I feel like with loyalty, you have to have some type of dynamic to be loyal to. Like it has to be a relationship, friendship, you know, co-work, whatever. It has to be something in place to be loyal to, like some type of pact, I guess you would say. But respect, you can walk in the room with it not knowing me. You don't have to, you know, have no knowledge of me, and you can walk into the room and respect me, and vice versa. But loyalty is required. We have to have some type of dynamic. So with respect, how do you see it? How do you feel about respect in itself?
Respect, for me, I would just say, don't do something or say something to me or make me feel a way you wouldn't want me to do to you.
Yeah. So it just, whatever's reciprocated, that's how you feel like it should be. Yeah, I can dig it. What about humble?
I think I'm a pretty humble person.
So tell me what you mean by that. Because humble is to dim your light to, you know, to
I wouldn't even say it's dimming your own light. I was just, you know,
that's like, exactly what it is though.
Well, in a way, but I still feel like I'm a humble person. Like I can pop it if I need to. But for me, it's like I'm gonna let my work
show for itself.
Or what I do. Or you heard? Oh, you heard? I don't have to walk in the room and be like, hey, I'm the so and so, or hey, I got this going on. I'm just, you know.
You ain't even gotta say.
I don't gotta do all that.
So that's a little bit more. I guess you could say more modest.
Okay.
Yeah, humble is literally dimming your light to appease to someone else. You know, whether it be like you say, you pop it. They around. I don't want to pop it too much. That's still dimming your light.
Well,
then
I ain't that. I'm not gonna go sit in the corner because you just walked in the room.
Because you feeling
I'ma
funny.
Still be me.
Pop your shit.
But I don't have to be like, oh, let me. This is a designer bag.
A lot of time I think people do. They mix being humble and shitting on somebody. This ain't got nothing to do with you. My shine is me celebrating me. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean strictly by I'm just celebrating me and my accomplishments or popping it or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
However, it has nothing to do with you. So if you're affected by it, that's on you.
Yeah.
Now, what I will be humble to, I'll be humble to a higher power. You know what I'm saying? I'm humble to a higher power.
Okay.
I'm humble to knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm even humble to competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm humble to life. Life is going to humble you.
Yeah.
But as far as me being humble to them or humbling myself down for them, nah. We ain't humbling a damn thing.
I feel you.
Yeah. So I always like to break it down because, you know, we were taught.
That's a good way to put it, though.
Yeah, we were taught as youngsters, like, be humble, you know, but most of the time that teaching is coming from our history of poverty, you know what I'm saying? It comes from the good times effect, you know, like James in Florida wanted the kids to be, because you couldn't really pop it, because, you know, y'all was kind of messed up, but we in a day and age, man, where you can, man, pop your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let them know how you doing. You know, celebrate
life's
you.
Good.
Yeah. So ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, like I said, if you shitting on somebody, then you might be wrong.
Yeah.
But if you doing it strictly about you and the life you live and what you've been through, and now you done made it or whatever, man, pop your shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why people celebrate the songs like "Get 'Em Glow." Yeah, pop your shit, girl. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that's coming from. So whenever I say, man, get him, Jay. Yeah. Y'all don't tell me to dim my light. Y'all ain't say that to Glorilla. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like that, and I always try to make people see it in their light because I feel like everybody should pop it. in the sense of, celebrating them though. You know what I'm saying? Don't shit on nobody unless they just not they just happen to be down there. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, that wasn't for you. You just it just happened like that. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't humbling down for nobody, man. We standing on it.
Yeah.
For real. All right, we're gonna do it like this. I want to close with share with me and the people. We've been chopping it up. We ain't talked to the people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Share with me and the people what your vision is. And you kind of did this, but I want you to sum it up. Share with the people what your vision is for Shakarian for the next, we're going to just say 3 years.
So in the next 3 years.
And whether it be for you, your business, your journey, just share what you got, what your vision is for.
For the next 3 years, or within the next 3 years, hopefully I will be complete with school.
Take that hopefully out.
I will be.
We telling what this
school,
done. Yeah.
And just this side hobby will be something that's mainstream for me.
Okay.
Because I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's always been a dream.
That's what's up.
And since I've been in the suite, I do kind of miss having that storefront.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get back to that.
Okay.
But I want to come from behind the chair.
Okay.
So I want to be able to manage. Not necessarily have to operate, but just manage on that.
Yeah.
Have that, and also still doing
your
the
thing.
Acting and stuff that so
because if that take off, you just let that run.
That money's gonna make itself. But I don't want to be behind the chair. I don't want to be in there working.
I get it.
Just I want that to be able to thrive off my name.
Right.
So people going
because they know what it is. Yeah. I like that.
So yeah. So that's where I can see myself within the next 3 years. I'm working towards that.
That's what's up. Mm-hmm. Well, look, I wish you the best in all your future endeavors. It was a pleasure chopping it up with you. I appreciate you sharing your story. You know what I'm saying? And just sharing a little bit of you beyond the clientele. I wish your family the best.
Thank you.
And everything that y'all got going in y'all future. And anything else you want to share with the people about you? Or something that you want to make sure Let me make sure they know this.
Y'all just follow me on Instagram, MsMinkMyWink Memphis, for business purposes, and you can follow my personal page, Shake and Bake Show. That's SHAKEN Bake Show. And there you can follow my journey with acting and see what I have coming up and what's going on with that, and just a little bit of my personal life as well.
Okay.
On there. So yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes another episode of Beyond the Clientele. I'm your host, J1 J100 on Mr. So 100 because I do it the So 100 way. And shout out to my special guest, the lovely Shakarian.
Thank you for having me.
MsMinkMyWink of Memphis.
Yes.
Salute. Till next time.